365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
What's going on, everybody? We are back in the building. We out here for real talk, everybody, keeping it real, because that's the only way we know how to do it. Dad, what's going on with you, brother?
What's happening, Ray? What's good with you, bro?
Oh, man, just excited in here, enjoying some good basketball. They playing basketball. And on here on the show with my man Dev, man. Just feels good to be back in the saddle, back with people. How things been going? I heard you had 100th thought.
Yeah, man. I finally reached my 100th episode. My 100th thought, man, is out. I finally crossed over to the YouTube platform now. So now you ain't gotta just hear me. You can see me now.
All the gun sounds and all that stuff. Yeah.
There
it is. There it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been chilling. I am Mr. Ray Bond. You can find me on the Bond Chronicles podcast. Drop today at noon on YouTube, on 8 a.m. for my Patreon members. So you know y'all get it early, get a little love. And then I got something coming for you on Thursday for the Patreons as well. We stay working, we stay grinding over here. And just like us, as we grind, we also got to talk about these college basketball games. Is there such thing as a favorite anymore? Is there such thing as an upset? Or are the favorites just upset? Oh!
Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I can tell y'all Ray is on one tonight.
Yay! So I don't think I shared on here. Was it on here? Maybe not. It was somewhere. Oh, it was actually at my job. I got a new team. I was talking to them. And I told them for the first time in my mature adult life, I did not do a college bracket.
I finally do one in like 10 years, and you don't do one? Come on, Ray. Come on. I thought we was here, man. I thought we was here.
I haven't. College basketball has just been falling off of me, man. I just haven't been interested. There haven't been star players to really follow for a team. As we can tell from the tournament, there's been no dominant teams. There's no real dominant player. It's just some guys out there hooping. And that's why it's so much chaos. And I got to tell you, I'm not mad. Had I put a bracket together with this BS that's been going on, number ones down, UVA down, Kentucky down, Kansas down, Duke down. Like, what are we doing? UNC didn't even make the tournament. Michigan was in the NIT. Memphis down. Arizona down.
Maryland
Ayton down.
Maryland down.
Like, what are we gonna do? So I wasn't actually that upset that I didn't do one. Now that I've seen how everything's played out, but man, what a tournament it has been. What would you say has been maybe your biggest takeaway, a couple takeaways from the tournament for you so far?
There's no true number one team in college basketball. That's a known fact because I don't know, you probably wasn't paying attention, but number one seed couldn't hold throughout the whole regular season. With just back and forth. You think one team was the dominant team, and they kind of panned out to be. They wasn't the most dominant team. The team that I thought that was going to be most dominant, because I thought they had most skilled big man in college was Purdue, and Purdue just got spanked in the second round, man. It was like you said, man. There's no true number one seed, man. Like now that these ranked 16, 15, these lower level colleges getting in, and they are no longer a Cinderella team no more. It's just like you got to play them straight up because they is doing their homework. They is matching up right. They coming up with great ideas, great strategies to even compensate even if they don't have a big man or if they don't have a true point guard. They have a true team. So that's my biggest takeaway is that they now I don't think there's no more Cinderellas no more. I think that college basketball level is starting to, even with the lower colleges, is starting to be able to compete with the D1 main colleges team. So that was my biggest takeaway. Is like, wow, nobody really thought, what was it, Ferdinand to get out the first round. Yeah, nobody expected them. Nobody expected, what was it, FADU, something like that, to get out.
Fairleigh Dickinson.
Yeah, nobody. Got him. Who is these guys?
Got
him. So, that was my biggest take. There's no more Cinderella teams.
Cinderella's dead.
Them glass sipper would not be found on the step no more.
There's no more. There's just no more. There's parity. There's no more dominant performances. Julius Randle got 38 tonight. But yeah, man, it's just good for the game. It's good for the game that we have this parity. We got these coaches getting upset. We got these players getting upset. We got these buzzer beaters. You play to win the game, and you got to secure the rebound. If you don't
turn the ball, or don't turn the ball over, throwing in the middle of the court.
Hail Marys are for football. Why are you throwing the Hail Mary when you have the ball and the lead? You're supposed to go to a prestigious school, having some kind of brain farts, just pooping all over the place. Unacceptable.
Oh my God!
These kids, some of them just aren't ready. Flashing lights, bright lights, can't get it done.
Memphis and Dallas went to halftime. Dallas up 60-57.
Ja's still not back, correct? She's supposed to be back Wednesday.
Yeah, he's still not playing yet. They've been a little bit winning without Ja, though, so it's like
they did it last year. He has proven he is not as valuable as he thought he was.
Ooh,
he box office, but the value you got to admit the value is not there. They win without him at a high clip. I'm not making this up. I'm not jumping on his back. I'm not trying to bully him. I'm not trying to devalue him. I'm just saying what the facts are. And the facts are that they win whether he plays or not. And when he does play, they didn't win a championship. So what are we talking about? Get your prima donna self in the game and get it done.
Hey, they beat the Warriors right now. You see they over there tripping at the Warriors, especially Dylan Brooks, boy. Oh man. This guy has become the new Draymond Green in the NBA now.
Listen, Dylan Brooks, I told you weeks ago, shut up. You don't have one. They got 4. Not division championships, not conference championships, not AAU championships, NBA championships. And some of them they went through you to get. So you did.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Take that loudmouth rhetoric, turn that sucker sideways, and you guys know what to do with it. Okay? You've done nothing. Literally nothing. If Jesus came back today, there would be nothing about you in the history books of the NBA. Nothing. You've done.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
So that's all I got to say to Dylan. Talk too much. Ain't done enough. Brooks. Now, back to some real players. I don't know if you've been watching the NFL, but the NFL to me is becoming what the NBA was. When LeBron James went to Miami, it ushered in an arms race of teams loading up with super teams. The Eagles have tried this in the past, and Vince Young called them the dream team. Well, that dream was nice. I don't know if it was that team or these Lamar Jackson negotiations. But the facts of the matter is, teams are loading up. Houston's trying to get in the game. The Jets are trying to make a move. The Dolphins are making moves. The Eagles, Giants, and Cowboys are making moves. The Lions are making moves. The Broncos are making moves. I don't know so many moves how to keep up. Woo, woo, woo. So the question that I have for you is, sir, specifically in the NFC East, which has been loaded with activity and trade, Stephon Gilmore, Brandon Cooks. Who's had the best offseason in the NFC East?
Paper-wise, Dallas. You know what I mean? They added a solidified corner that can help gambling Travion Diggs out because he's going to gamble all year round. So you at least can have one side locked down. You know, if Stephon Gilmore can stay healthy and do his job like he normally do, that can give Travion Diggs to go ahead and gamble and get burnt on a couple of plays because that's what he is. The Eagles just losing everybody from the coaching staff, the players, and you know what I mean? It seems like they just falling out the race. The Giants is trying to stay close, trying to at least stay in it. You know, bringing Danny Dimes back, Saquon back, getting Darren Waller in the trade. That most definitely. Now I just think they just need to just get a true number one wide receiver. If they can do that, I think the Giants can be the scariest team in the NFC East. Only thing about the Commanders is y'all just like us. Who is your quarterback? I don't understand y'all got Jacoby Brissett, but they lost y'all boy and Heineke. He said, "Nah, I'm not going. Y'all not going to Kirk Cousins me. Let me go ahead and get mine now. Since you know, what I mean, I didn't prove to y'all that I can win in this with this team, but let me go ahead and get mine now." So that I just think y'all right now in the basement only because quarterback play. I don't think Jacoby Brissett is the answer for y'all. Can he get things started? Yeah, but ain't that what Heineke was there for last year? It was to get things started till y'all can find a quarterback. So right now Dallas on paper looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with them for right now, just Dallas.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I do like the Giants. I like what they've done. I like who they've brought back. I like who they've brought in. But I gotta tell you that Brandon Cooks trade to me is big time. Gallup, Cooper, they did lose Schultz. They lost Zeke. They locked up Tony Pollard, who coming back from injury. I don't know what to expect from that.
I think they're gonna be drafted another running back.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be hard to find. The Eagles are a wild card. They've lost some people. They've gained some people. I'm going to be curious to know how they function. Miles Sanders is out. They brought in a different running back. I forget who it is. but they did replace. Forget who the running back is brought in, but they did replace running back. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is going to need to take another step for them to get over the hump and try and get back and win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got to tell you, as far as off-season moves, Dallas has been quiet, but I think they've made some solid decisions. Still a long way to go, but yeah, it should be interesting. Just to give a quick update, I know I told you guys that Julius Randle had 33 at the time. He has since continued to score at a pretty effective clip, and he is now up to 48 points. So,
and who they playing tonight?
The Timberwolves. He has 48 in a third.
They don't count.
Hey, you better put some respect on the Timberwolves. They in the play-in.
Right now, but you see what happened to Ant-Man. He went down with an ankle sprain, out indefinitely.
You're right. I did.
Carl Anthony Towns still haven't played all year. What you gonna rely on?
What happened to him?
I forgot what injury he had. I don't know if it's a foot injury or something, but he's out indefinitely. And so you gonna rely on Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert? They didn't do it in Utah. It didn't work out in Utah. What makes you think it's gonna work in Minnesota?
Yeah, John, we were just talking about the Eagles. They've had a lot of turnover. I mean, I like it. I like what Detroit's doing. I think I said it on here. I like the Lions. I said it before, and I think somebody might have laughed at me. I don't remember. But
I don't know if it was Damian or Rod. One of them laughed because I think I chose the Bears to win. You chose Detroit to come out the NFC North.
So haters gonna hate. Haters might say it's Photoshop, but it is what it is. Gang, gang. Detroit Lions all day. 8 Mile, lose yourself. Eminem. No fly zone. You heard me. Shout out to Detroit.
I got something for that one. Hold on.
Back to reality.
Hey, there we go. So we had some history, ladies and gentlemen. And I am a fan of history. I like history. I think it's important. In some places, they believe that history is not important, and they're trying to get rid of history. But in the case of Giannis Antetokounmpo, 22, 13, 10 assists, cool, triple-double, whoop-de-whoop, ooh, ow, ow, pow, pow, all that, yeah. But what you forgot to realize is he ain't like your average triple-double. He do it Greek style.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, he keep it 100% from the field.
Oh, my God.
A 22, 13, 10 triple-double in a win. Missed shots 0.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
So my question for you, Dev, is we see what Jokic doing. We see this Giannis performance. We see what Embiid is doing. Who is the MVP this year?
I'm going with Joel Embiid. Don't get me wrong. That triple-double, that perfect triple-double, it's like throwing a no-hitter. You know what I mean? It's just, we ain't going to see that again. I can tell you that right now. We most definitely not going to see that triple-double 100% field goal percentage ever again. I'm going to call it that right now. But for what Embiid has been doing all year, he's been dominating. And if I'm not mistaken, he has to miss more than 5 games this year. That's what, good health, not doing load management. And the Sixers has not been below 3rd seed. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that Boston got off on a hot streak. I'm surprised that anybody caught them. Milwaukee already has been there, been to the chip before, and understand what it takes. That it's a marathon and not a sprint. But Joel Embiid, I believe he got suckered twice. Well, he got suckered last year. He should have been MVP last year. And no disrespect to Jokic, but I think we already seen the best of Jokic. I think we didn't seen it all. Yes, he can get triple doubles with ease. Yes, he got a great IQ of the game, but where else can we see elevation from Jokic now? You know what I mean? Only thing we need to see him elevate is his vertical. And if he can get his vertical on point, he can be my MVP almost countless times. But until then, man, but all jokes aside, it has to be Embiid, man. Embiid is just he showed that he's a true dominant big man. He shows that he demands a double team and sometimes a triple team. So I just think that Embiid should get his bump this year. He should get his shine and his flowers by getting crowned MVP this year. He's the most dominant big man in the league right now.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it. They robbed him last year, and this year they get it right.
I think they're gonna get it wrong. I feel like if they don't give Embiid MVP this year, it's rigged. Sports betting at its finest. Here's
Embiid's problem. Giannis is probably going to have the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Embiid, they've already set precedent that you could lead the league in scoring and they will give it to someone else.
100.
I do think Jokic is out of the running. The team is just not good enough. They would have had to have done more. They don't have enough wins. Milwaukee's at 51. Denver's at 48. Philadelphia's at 48. So it's a split there. The numbers are going to lean to Embiid. He doesn't get the triple doubles, but the points are just ridiculous. Defensively, he's better, flat out, not close. Don't talk to me. Nah, out, bow. So, that brings me to Giannis. And that is where, for the first time we may ever hear or say this, Embiid's availability makes him a better candidate for MVP. He's been playing. Flat out. And not only has he been on the court, he has been dominating. He's unstoppable. Boom, bow. Wham, bam.
Giannis missed like 9 to 10 straight games right at that All-Star break.
It's cooking, Embiid. 57 games this year. Giannis, let me see how many he has. Oh, they're only 1 game apart. Why does it feel like Embiid's played more? And Giannis,
I'm with you on that one.
I don't know if that's accurate. I'll take their word for it, but I feel like Embiid's been playing a lot more. 56, but yeah, 56 and 56. But yeah, for me, it's Embiid. It should have been Embiid. This is a makeup year. I don't care unless they fall out of the sky, which I don't see happening given we don't have that many games left. 71 games, so Milwaukee has 11 games left, and they're at 70 as well. So Philly has 12. Excuse me. So yeah, I got Embiid to lock it up, finish it out. Don't do him dirty. Don't piss off the voters and say nothing crazy. Joel, just gracefully take this dub because you deserve it, and it's overdue in my opinion.
But did you hear about the NBA is trying to change the rules of the MVP?
About how many? Yeah, let's talk about it because I don't think we got to that. You can lead it.
I'm trying to find it now.
Okay.
But I do know it's a certain amount of games that you have to play to be qualified as the MVP. But Giannis had made a valid point too. Giannis came out and said, like, what is the actual meaning of MVP? Is it the most valuable player on the team or the most valuable player in the league? Because obviously scoring is a part, but he feels like is the NBA should be more because he feel like Brook Lopez is more of a valuable player because what he brings to his team and to their team strategy that he should be in the MVP race. But then when you look at Brook Lopez, it's like, how can you make him an MVP candidate? Really, it's like Brook Lopez numbers all around the board is not the best numbers.
Let's just say that if Brook Lopez is the MVP, then the ball boy is the MVP. What are we talking about?
So yeah, I can't agree with Giannis on that one. But as far as the NBA trying to make it a certain amount of games and stuff like that, yes, there should be rules and regulations. Also, NBA is the only sport that doesn't have like how NFL has it. MVP, and then you got the offensive player and defensive player. The NBA doesn't have that. It's just like usually either you MVP or you're not. They don't have the best offensive player. They do got defensive player of the year. But they don't have, the next stat or the next award right at the MVP. So I just think that the NBA most definitely got to clear that up. Figure out how do you establish the most valuable player. Is he the most dominant player throughout the whole league? Which I believe that's more valuable to me because his dominance is showing that he belongs in the conversation. Or do we just go by what Giannis wants? Who's the most valuable player of their team, of their strategy and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just think that it's some missing pieces in this MVP conversation now.
Yeah, I can agree with that piece. I will ask, and John has given his opinion. If we're going to put a minimum on games played, what would you say should be the minimum amount of games played to be eligible?
What is 82 games in the season?
82 games.
I think 60 is about fair. You know what I mean? Because you gotta think injury can play a part of your season. Now, if you do load management, you should automatically be out the MVP race. Like, you should automatically be out, man. There's no way that you're gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna chill tonight. You know what I mean? Foot a little tired. I'm gonna go sit on the bench, rock my jewelry with my sunglasses on, and I'm gonna just have my Christian Dior outfit on. I'm gonna look good on the sideline. No, you can't be an MVP race if you do load management. So load management has to be the number one rule that keeps you out of MVP race. So 60 games, I say, will be fair enough. Maybe 65.
I like 65. I think it just kind of eliminates some of the overachievers that didn't play and really contribute. If you're talking value, how valuable are you if you're not playing? Let's talk about it. If you're not playing in the game, what is your value? You're pointing at your clipboard. You're calling plays like your Steve Kerr, Andre Iguodala a couple years ago. Like, what's your value, buddy? Get your butt out there, grab some boards, shoot some hoops, get some dubs. That's really what it comes down to me. Like, we've talked about the annoyance, and you know who we're seeing a difference in now that they're playing? The Clippers. The Clippers are coming. Kawhi Leonard is playing a lot more than he had been. No, I'm not going with that because people do dumb stuff all the time. That don't really affect your ability to play. Now, if you get suspended and you can't play, then yeah, I agree with you because those are games missed. But young people, old people, rich people, poor people do dumb stuff all the time.
But Ja haven't been really in the MVP race since last year, really.
John, newsflash. This is the case whenever LeBron leaves the team. They always come together without him. And then he comes back and alienates him because he's a terrible teammate. Phenomenal talent, terrible teammate. You heard it.
Did you see what Mario Chalmers said about him?
Don't nobody fear him, and they should. Why would they? KD got rings, Steph got rings. They all got rings on LeBron's watch. Ain't nobody scared of that. That bronze crown. Now you can get some points, you can sell some sneakers, you're a phenomenal talent, great guy. But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a beam. Wasn't nobody running to play with LeBron, they was running to play against LeBron. So that's what I got on that. But as the Lakers fan, Dev, do you co-sign? Do you agree? Is this a blip or is Austin Reeves' career high a trend?
It's like 50-50 a little bit. Because LeBron still can score 20 plus points. And at times the Lakers do need that 20 plus points to win some of these games, like against Houston, against Dallas the other night, how we just lost by 1 on that 3-point buzzer beater. Those be the times you can say like you can kind of go ahead and need LeBron. Curry hurt again.
It's just not the Warriors' year.
Ooh, Jordan Poole ran into Steph Curry knee or something. Oh, yeah. He ran into Steph Curry knee when he fell on the ground.
It's just not their year.
But now when it's time for the Lakers to come together and find that dog within, because that's all they doing is find the dog within, because Anthony Davis is not really taking over none of these games. There's always Austin Reeves or Malik Beasley or D'Lo that's been really blowing up and taking over these games for real. So collectively with that group, yes, it's a good team. Is that team gonna go past the play, no deep into the playoffs? No. I still would think you would need a LeBron, to getting deep into the playoffs. But as far as them gelling together right now and to make it into the play-in team, yeah, they got the capability of doing it. They got a star player in AD. He just got to show up more. They got good bench quality in Austin Reeves and Schroeder. They got good defense in AD and Vanderbilt. So it's good key pieces there. It just gotta find a way to get AD going. Get the star rolling.
Yeah, rolling down the street like a busted car. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Joel Embiid is
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
in double overtime. Joel Embiid has fouled out. The Sixers are up 2 against Chicago. DeMar DeRozan has been shooting some terrible shots.
Let me turn this game on.
We'll see what happens. DeRozan, he attacks, he kicks. Oh, Zach LaVine. And one. Oh, he missed it.
Missed it?
Yeah, he missed it. He missed it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. I think young players play better without LeBron. That's just the history there. That's no surprise, I think, to anyone. So we'll see what happens. But that does bring us to another question. At this point in the season, and John, I will be curious your thoughts. Should the Lakers even bring LeBron back or just ride it out with this young group and see what they do? Dev, talk to the people.
Dang, that's a tough question. But here it goes. Bring LeBron back, man. Because like I just said, man, you're not going to go too far without him. And you're probably not going to go too far with him. You know what I mean? Especially depending on how this foot injury is. Whenever he decides to come back, get reevaluated, whatever that situation is. But like I said, you need the points. You need somebody that's gonna command the double team a little bit. Because like I said, AD can get the double team, but sometimes AD just get fumbleish, don't know what to do, not too aggressive when he gets that double team. LeBron, all you gotta do is just cut and he'll find you. Or if he feel like playing bully ball, he gonna most definitely take you to the paint and get his points down that way, muscle his points. So and you also gonna want his IQ of the game too. It's bad that sometimes he might slow the young guys down a little bit and have them all scrambled and a little bit confused. But LeBron has great IQ of the game. He has been deep into the playoffs. He has seen what it takes to have a team that's not all that good and he can carry them to the playoffs. I mean, to a championship. Now, granted, it was his younger years when he did it with that Cleveland Cavaliers that year. He had Boobie Gibson and Ilgauskas and the rest of them. But I say bring him back and just for the IQ of the game.
No.
We already know you's a no for you.
For what? What are we doing here? He's got the record, right? So the record's out the way. Where are they going? Where are they going? Nowhere. They're going nowhere. Nowhere fast. I say just let him chill out. Let him chill. Let this group get some games under their belt. Let them get some crunch time games under their belt. Let them get some experience under their belt. And if you make it to the play-in, maybe you consider, but I let the young boys ride it down the stretch.
We talking about to finish the season out. Oh no, don't bring LeBron. I thought you talking about like period. Like once if we get into the play-in, do we bring him back
for this playoff stretch, for this playoff?
Oh no, you let these young guys fight it out now. They already fought their way to the 9th and 10th, 11th spot. Back and forth. You might as well let them fight this one out now. But you do bring LeBron back in. If you do make the playoffs, I would say yes.
So here's the other thing. Let's do this because y'all know how I get down. So Lakers, if they make the play-in, does Rob Pelinka deserve an extension?
Yes.
Oh, we got him. Talk to him, damn.
Yes. Because his job got saved at that trade deadline. That trade deadline, man, he made some good moves. Now, don't get me wrong, Mo Bamba didn't work out as what I thought. Now, I didn't have real high hopes for the guy, but I was like, all right, we lose Thomas Bryant. We do need a big guy. I'm not really feeling Wendell Gabriel for real. So if he can just block shots, alternate shots a little bit, and make sure he can grab boards, I can take Mo Bamba. But as soon as he got on the team, he got hurt. So that got thrown out. But yes, he understood what the Lakers had needed at that time. We needed shooting and some defense. What did you do? You went and go get shooting, and you went to go get defense. Yes, you went to go get Vanderbilt. The guy plays hard. He doesn't look for offensive setup. He just want to hoop. He just want to go out there. You put him against the best guy at the times, and he's playing, and he's hooping, and he's balling. He's doing what he's supposed to do. That helps AD out. Now AD doesn't have to roam and get lost, even though he got lost on that 3-pointer against Dallas. He said Kyrie pump fake sucked him in, but hey, that's Kyrie. You kind of gotta live with that. But that also helps AD out. AD don't have to keep have his eyes roaming. He can just keep himself in the paint and against his man. So Rob, you saved yourself a year, man, because I was done with you. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like at the back door of the bus, like, yo, ding ding, back door, let me out. But he saved himself. I give him one more year. I give him one more.
You heard it here first. Rob Pelinka was never the problem. It was everyone else.
Yes.
And so now they are doing what they can do. Who knew about Austin Reeves? Rob Pelinka did. Who knew that Larsa Pippen's ex would be a valuable commodity? Who knew that Michael Jordan's son's girlfriend's son would not overreact to knowing that the man that was piping his mom.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
was also on the team. And even with all that, and LeBron tweeting that Bronny is better than these NBA players while the NBA players are playing.
Stop it. Get some help.
Even with glass slipper, glass ankles, Anthony Davis in and out.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
The Lakers are still here. Malik Beasley, Vanderbilt, Austin Reeves. Who is it? No one knows.
D'Lo, solid point guard.
D'Angelo Russell says, I'm back. And I want to be the point guard of the future. There ain't no Nick Young on this team. I ain't got to snitch no more. Ain't no more ignorant walking around here. I ain't got no snitching to do. I'm a change.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Man, I swear, I wish we had like some fire that can go around you right now. You know, this boy, you was on. I told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, he was on one.
John, if you take LeBron's max salary off this team and you divvy up that money in a lot of different ways, I think you have a pretty good team. I know it sounds crazy because y'all see the usage rate, y'all see the stats, but he dominates the game the way Luka dominates the game, and it is great to watch, but it is hard to play with. That's what she said. Pause. But
that one almost flew over. I had to hold out back on that one.
Got him. But yeah, I just don't think he mixes well with young players. I think they thrive typically when he's outside the lineup. I just think he's really can be difficult. That would be fitting. Tristan is trying to win his girl back. So she lives in LA. It makes sense for him to come back to LA. The great Frank Sinatra said, I love LA.
We don't have time. We ain't got time for the Kardashians getting taped during the Lakers season, man. Do that some other time. I ain't got time for that.
I mean, what are we talking about?
If he wanted her that bad, he should have cheated. Plain and simple.
But if you know she ain't going nowhere, why not?
It's like, it's Tristan Thompson. Get out of here.
I never knew he would crumble the empire.
Yeah, they also Chris Humphries was in that house too, man. Get out of
Yeah.
here.
I will say tonight, Utah is making an example of Sacramento. I am not out on Sacramento yet tonight. I think they will have a run in them. But I have to ask, as the Knicks look to have completed the comeback, Julius Randle has willed them with 54 points so far, little under 5 minutes to go, up 5. My question for you is, who has been more impressive this season? The New York Knicks at 42-30 now. It seems like such a long time ago we were comparing them and the Wizards. I don't know what loser was doing that. But we also have on the other side.
You didn't even want to look up when you said that. It was just like, I'm going to keep reading whatever you reading.
Yeah. And then the alternative is the number 2 seed in the West, the Sacramento Kings at 43-27. Who would you say has been the bigger surprise, in your opinion?
The Sacramento Kings, hands down. I'm sorry, you made me a believer, man. You made me a believer. The Kings, I was one of the guys that laughed at you when you said the Kings was going to be the best California team this year. I was like, man, what? Over Golden State? Over the Lakers and the Clippers? I don't know, man. The Kings ain't been out the basement for like 15 years. I don't think they ready for this sunlight. And then there's that saying, a rose grew from the concrete, and then it's this purple rose. It's just like they made 2 trades and got some free agents, and now this team is the second best team in the West. It's like he went and got Sabonis. They went and got Malik Monk in the free agency, and they kept Harrison Barnes for there for years. Remember, we all thought Harrison Barnes' career was over when he went to Sacramento. Now look at him. Like the Knicks, don't get me wrong, good season. But ain't this what the Knicks did a couple of years ago when they ran into Atlanta in the playoffs? So the Knicks got some more proving to do. They can't just say, hey, we number 5 in the East?
Yeah.
Number 5 in the East and say, hey, look at us. Like, no, because you was like number 5 in the East just 2-3 years ago. When Julius Randle first got there, he won Most Improved Player of the Year. So the Kings, I most definitely didn't see this coming. In the play-in, I'd have most definitely counted them in the play-in, but to be in the playoffs, a number 2, and for that number 7 seed, whoever that's going to be, you got to face the Kings. Whew. Good luck. Good luck. So the Kings are the most surprised team for me.
Yeah, and I'm happy that that's the case. You guys know I'm not the biggest "I told you so" guy. I don't like
lies. It's lies. You ain't gonna just sit here and just lie to these people like that. No, yes, he is, y'all. He was straight come on. I told y'all. He would be in the group chat. I told y'all. Bron Chronicles. It's the Bron Chronicles.
Ray Stradom is back again. No, I'm really happy for both teams. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish this wouldn't work, but man, I would love to see them both go far. I don't know if they both will, but I just like the energy. Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. I know you sent us that Kevin Garnett clip. I agree. I felt a way about the All-Star game. I told y'all, feel like there was some other people that could have been included that was missing. And listen, everybody keep talking about Dame need to leave Portland. And I'm with that. But at some point, you got to elevate your team a little bit. Like, Portland has been mediocre at best for years.
Mm-hmm.
You're 31-40, bro. What are we talking about? Like, there has to be a level of accountability that if I'm a team in the offseason, am I really trying to trade my future away for Dame Lillard? We want Dame out of Portland, but who wants Dame? I'm not seeing it. New Orleans has been extremely disappointing.
Yes. Remember, I had them as my playoff team. They went from the number 1 seed to where they at now.
They out the play. They're not even in the play-in picture, and it doesn't look close. They look terrible.
They in the 12th or 13th seed, if I'm not mistaken.
They're the 12 seed. They are the 12 seed.
That injury bug really bit them. That Zion bug really bit them.
I don't want to hear that. When you losing to the Thunder, who you need to beat, when you losing to the Rockets,
the Rockets been beating everybody. They beat the Celtics. They beat the Lakers.
They start winning at the wrong time. I don't know what they're doing.
And now, if I'm not mistaken, they got Golden State in a tight game.
They are, as we speak. So we'll see what's up with that. But yeah, we got another show coming on Thursday. My wife is out of town, so I'm going to try to be here. It'll be me and the kids. But we do got some fights this weekend. I want to get your prediction in case Thursday we're not here. Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. Who you got?
I think this is going to be a fight that goes to the distance. I'm gonna ride with Caleb Plant though. I think Benavidez, when he's most definitely not going to give this fight up. because his last fight, if I'm not mistaken, I think it went to a decision. Or did he lose? I can't remember his last fight, but I want to feel like he lost his last fight. But I just think Caleb Plant is most definitely going to have. This is a revenge tour for him because I think he also lost his last fight. So he most definitely trying to get back on that good side, make sure that he can stay a mainstream fighter, a headliner. So I'm gonna take Caleb Plant, and this will go the distance. I don't think he's going to get a knockout. I don't really see nothing because I feel like both these fighters are pretty much similar. They are the same to me, but I just think that Caleb Plant might box a little bit more or might land a little bit more punches than Benavidez. So I'm gonna go with Caleb Plant, but it's gonna go to the end.
Woo! David Benavidez for me. My concern for Benavidez is I think he's a phenomenal dynamite boxer with power in either hand. Just brutal. But the competition is not great. Not a ton of signature wins. Anthony Durrell knockout, big win. Jalen Love knockout, big win. David Lemieux, he was pretty beat at that point in his career, but he got him out of there. So that's my issue, is I'm not seeing great fighters, competition. But I believe in David, and I think he gets it done. I think he stops Caleb Plant late like Canelo did, and I think he moves on to call out Canelo or someone else. But I think David is the truth. David is a problem, and that problem is going to come knocking at Caleb Plant's door, and it's going to knock him out. Blah, blah. Straight like that. Before we go, John has a question for you, Dev. And question to Dev about Lamar. You think a team offer him a contract if the Titans decided to trade Tannehill before they would have saved $27 million and only has 2 more years on his contract? Lamar and Henry. Henry still needs to be re-signed or figured out.
And I think Tennessee had put Henry on the trading block also.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said figured out, but I don't believe that he's going to be there potentially long term. Yeah.
But no, I would not trade no Tannehill, Lamar. No, that's not a fair trade. I do think the Ravens, of course, they offered him a contract in my eyes. You know what I mean? It was a back and forth type deal. You know, it was like, hey, what you say about this? What you think about this? And it was to nobody's liking, to my knowledge. I don't know what the contract was worth. I'm starting to see a lot of these rumors. It was 3 years, 133. He turned down another contract that was, I think it got him to like 166, but his incentives would have got him the 200 fully guaranteed or something like that. I just think that the Ravens, I think the Ravens want him. Yes. What team that does not want Lamar? I believe that the Ravens want him. I believe that the Lamar wants to be a Raven. Now, the only thing that I'm saying is that they just speaking 2 different languages right now. I see a lot of people talking about, oh, the Ravens is done with Lamar. Lamar done. I don't think they're done with each other. I just think that when you have a disagreement, you don't keep talking to the person over and over until you come to an agreement. You know, you're just like, hey, we got a disagreement. All right, you know what, man? You my guy. I let you see your worth. You know, and once you see your worth, if the outside world say you are worth this much, we will match it. Point blank, period. That's what the Ravens said. You know, so I just think that that's where we at. No team is offering Lamar nothing, so the Ravens can't really come back, or Lamar can't come back to the Ravens and say, hey, this is what I'm worth, because it's going to be right back to the same conversation. So I just think right now you let it simmer a little bit. Take your time away from each other. But don't take too much time because the draft is coming up. Try to get right back into the negotiation table right before the draft and try to hopefully figure it out again. I think that's where the Ravens and Lamar Jackson is at right now. You just can't agree on something. So why keep talking if you can't agree? That's like you talking to your wife all day. If y'all not gonna come to agreement, you ain't gonna keep yelling at her and be like, "Look, this is what I want. This is what you need to give me." You be like, cool here. We'll come back later. So I think that's what's going on right now.
Okay. And if a team offers $50 million, do you think the Ravens should match?
If you want them that bad, yes. If you believe in his skill set, why not? You like I just said, you already said let the market dictate how much you're worth. And if the market is dictating that's how much they want to pay Lamar, then if you really love him that bad, you'll do anything to keep him to stay.
I am curious to know I'll be curious to see if anything is done before the draft.
Yeah.
If nothing is done before the draft, then I think Lamar might be in a bad spot.
Yeah. Now, as far as that bad spot, do you think it's a bad spot that he need to sign that franchise tag, or he need to come back to Baltimore and try to work out a deal that favors Baltimore?
I think it would be bad in that teams like Washington and others that would be willing to pay a lot will probably draft quarterbacks, potentially quarterbacks that they believe are their future.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tampa Bay signing Baker Mayfield was pretty surprising to me. Andy Dalton and a couple other veteran quarterbacks have gotten jobs that I didn't anticipate.
Right.
So there's only so many slots available. So if I'm Lamar, you lose your leverage. Maybe Miami, you can leverage that.
Miami already said they focusing on Tua this year. They not worrying about Lamar. And plus, I think they can't get into the Lamar deal until next offseason.
And they also just they just traded for an expensive corner. So money is going to be a little tight there. So I just don't see it. To be honest, I don't really see it. So it'll be interesting. Chicago's gotten a lot better, but a lot of teams that's contenders outside of San Fran don't really need quarterbacks. So I don't see them mortgaging their future if they're not teams that's not really going anywhere.
Right.
We will see. We will see. We will see. Did you have anything for the people before we rock out of here?
Oh, as always, man, y'all go ahead and check me out. Check my 100th thought out. Check all my thoughts out. For real. But my 100th thought is most definitely on YouTube. And my streaming platforms is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Newsly, Good Pods. List goes on. My 101, I like to call it Thug Motivation 101, will be out next Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. It's most definitely going to be on YouTube. I'm gonna be on YouTube period now. So thanks a lot, Ray. Ray got me on my YouTube hook now. So
let's go.
So just check me out. Make sure y'all check out my social media platforms. My Instagram is right here on the screen. MTMO_sports podcast. My Facebook and Twitter is at my THTS my opinion. Make sure y'all go ahead and check me out as always.
Talk about it. Get that promo. Love to hear it. Run them numbers up for my man Dev. Once again, the Bond Chronicles, Mr. Ray Bond right here. Dropping this is the sports content on ASAP. But if you like the real life opinions of the stuff that's going on, all these banks that's failing, all this craziness that's going on in the world, black culture and black community, we get into it and we get into it raw.
Yes, sir.
Hard. That's what she said. Pause. Straight like that. But no, we just have a good time over there. So definitely check us out. We have some good times, some good things. Yeah, I saw 76ers lost. Rod, we locked in. We locked in. Embiid fouled out, and they came up short. Not a good look, but appreciate everybody. Y'all have a blast. We will catch y'all on Thursday, hopefully, and enjoy the fights this weekend and enjoy the rest of free agency. We are out.
All sports, all plays.